How do you train small puppies to obey at home? Have you ever decided to raise a puppy in your home and felt that it was more complicated than I imagined? Training puppies is fun, but needs a bit of experience. Training puppies on the ferocity. Although this is not recommended, especially when breeding dogs in residential areas, but assuming that you are raising them for the purpose of guarding large properties such as farms and large houses, then you will need to train the puppies on the ferocity, which can be done by taking the puppy on trips to get used to presence between humans, but at the same time prevent anyone other than you from playing with him or cuddling him or providing him with food until he gets used to that. The only person who feels familiar with him is the owner only. Also, reward a puppy by cuddling him, in particular as we bark at the arrival of a stranger or attack anyone who tried to assault you or your property, to get used to repeating it with strangers. Training puppies to obey. Perhaps one of the most common problems facing breeders is to train him, especially as he grows and progresses in life. You will notice even a small amount of turning this gentle puppy into a ferocious dog. He keeps barking when he asks for something. The mistake of most dogs is that they give up immediately as soon as the dog barks and give him what he wants, whether it is a game or food, or go out on a walk in the street, which makes the dog used to bark loudly and disturb the people around him whenever he wanted something, which of course no one wants to happen. If you want to train puppies on your obedience, you should ignore barking no matter how long generated or increased intensity, and receive and provide them with what they want with ease. Of course, it will take a little patience and a lot of patience, but you will have a happy ending where your dog will get used to your obedience, which is beyond cruelty or cruelty. On the contrary, obedience to puppies is often of great benefit to them, as avoiding harmful food or over their need, or avoid going out in a weather that is not suitable for them at all. For example, puppies are considered to be the most responsive animals. For example, to train puppies to stay indoors and not to leave alone. To train the puppy to stay in a certain place inside the house, so that the place is assigned to him, and when entering an inappropriate place, how to avoid screaming or talking loudly so that this does not adversely affect the dog. It also takes the puppy out on a regular basis, but on regular dates and for certain periods of time, so that the dog will become accustomed to a stable lifestyle. Finally, you can use a kind of sweetened food for dogs as a kind of reward for their obedience, provided that you do not offer this type of food or any similar type to it except when rewarded only and not in normal times. Training small dogs to sit. Dogs are often seen by simply pointing to the ground and uttering the word sit or sit. You find the dog, no matter how old he is and how much his degree of response, immediately responds and sits in his place and marvels at the extent of obedience to his dog, especially if you suffer from that problem with your dogs. You should be aware that training puppies is much easier than training older dogs, as the puppy is just like young children who are easy to raise and raise in a certain way and habits that are suitable for you. The big dogs are likely to be used to a certain life system that requires you to do little of effort to change. It is not impossible at all, but a bit harder. But in general, regarding the training of puppies to sit, is to point to the ground and ordered him to sit, and then catch him gently in eyeless, and repeat this several times every day until the command and sign in the head of the puppy sitting on the ground once ordered him later sit on his own. But be careful not to scream or speak loudly when you ask to sit, or grab a puppy violently when you are forced to do so, that the puppy does not feel that what he is doing is ritual punishment and not training. Just repeat the process gently and patiently so that the puppy used to carry out your orders. Training puppies to attack. Even if the purpose of training puppies is not to guard, all types of dogs are characterized by loyalty and loyalty to the owner amazingly, prompting them to start immediately to attack all those who think that he is trying to attack the owner, which does not require prior training or to breed certain dogs. Some of the puppies come home to train him on the attack either because he is a guard dog or because he wants to protect certain objects in his home. In other words, you will try to make the puppy connect the signal or the word of attack and the attack on the target, especially since he will not understand the meaning of the word, which can be done by finding a goal that attracts the dog as a ball or chewable rubber games or boxing training bags where you hold the puppy in front of it and then order the attack and leave it attacked, and with repeated repetition you will find accustomed to the implementation of this command. How to breed small dogs. The German dog breed is one of the fiercest types of dogs that can be used for personal guard purposes, and therefore requires a special type of training known as acting training, which simulates situations in which someone claims to attack you so that the dog can defend you and reward you accordingly.